Palantir shares are soaring right now because they absolutely annihilated earnings again for like the 20th straight time. It is time to dive into Palantir right now. Don't worry about subscribing or tapping the like button, looking for the coaching and Discord link. It's time to talk about Palantir right now. I told you guys not to worry about tariffs in the market. It fully recovered today. But that's not even the biggest news to talk about right now. The big news is Palantir. Palantir posted a big beat in its first quarter results on Monday afternoon. Shares have been rising in the after hours, and they're still rising right now. Earnings per share were up annually by 75% to 14 cents compared to Wall Street's consensus estimate of 11 cents. According to Fact Sheet, revenue for the quarter reached $828 million, above the expectations of $776 million, and up 36% on the year. Palantir's revenue outlook for the first quarter came in well above expectations at $858 million to $862 million, 36% from 2024 at the midpoint versus $799 million analyst estimate. Palantir was up around 136% in late trading following the release. Palantir earnings are typically a high stakes affair, and the rally in the stock to a recent $82 has raised the stakes even more for the fourth quarter report due after the markets closed today. Wall Street analysts mostly take a dim view of Palantir's stock price, with an average target price of $51 ranging from $11 to $90, according to FactSet. I have already explained to you guys that Palantir would reach $100 by the end of 2025. We're only 1 month in and we're approaching $100. Most analysts have the equivalent of a hold or sell rating on the stock, but out of 18 analysts, there are only 2 buy ratings. What is up with that? Analysts cannot get a good handle on what the total addressable market is. Morningstar analyst Mark Giarelli says theoretically Palantir can help almost any company in the world that utilizes data, but what will actually materialize is ambiguous and anyone's best guess. I don't really agree with this. With a price to earnings ratio of 173 for the next 12 months, Palantir has keep proving analysts wrong. With a price to earnings ratio of 173 for the next 12 months, Palantir has to keep proving analysts wrong, something it has done for over 4 years. In the 17 reporting period since it became public, Palantir has beaten the analyst consensus for sales in all but 1 quarter by an average of 2% or 2.4% per period. Most analysts may take a skeptical view of Palantir's pricing, but they are also largely in agreement that the fast-growing company with strong growth prospects. Most analysts may take a skeptical view of Palantir's pricing, but they are also largely in agreement that it's a fast-growing company with strong growth prospects. Sales in the last 12 months are up 25% from the year before, and EPS is up 67%. For the fourth quarter, analysts are forecasting earnings per share of 11 cents, up 39% from the year before, and sales of $776 million, up 28%. Morningstar's Giarelli, who has a buy rating and a price target of $79, remains a fan of the stock. I am quite bullish on Palantir's future, and my base case is that this company will have a growth profile similar to Salesforce in the late 2010s, he told Barron's. This aggressive growth profile is essentially what the market is pricing in at this time, and I don't think the market is wrong, and neither do I. I told you guys to buy Palantir when it was $17 and $20 and $30. And I've been telling you to buy it ever since. Over the last 20 years, Salesforce revenue has grown at a 34% annualized rate. Like Palantir, it is also a frequent beater of analyst consensus. Palantir began as a government contractor to help agencies make sense of flood of data, but it is now a healthy commercial business making up about 46% of company-wide revenue in the last 12 months. Companies, especially large ones, produce a ton of data and have to make sense to understand their business better and improve productivity. Some of these large companies have multiple fragmented IT systems, the result of decisions made years ago. This is what makes Palantir so strong. Palantir has demonstrated a positive outlook for the upcoming quarters, forecasting an annual revenue increase of 22% for 2025, bolstered by the expansion of its software platforms and the increasing demand for data AI-driven decision-making tools across various industries. Palantir secured a notable contract with a major healthcare provider, enhancing its portfolio in the rapidly growing health tech sector. This has also greatly helped Palantir and will continue to help them in the future. With strategic partnerships and a commitment to innovation, Palantir is poised for sustained growth, leveraging its unique capabilities in the AI and data analytics to capture new market opportunities. Analyst consensus for Palantir's earnings was around $800 million. They crushed it at $858 to $862 million. The future guidance for 2025 is being seen at $3.7 to $3.757 billion. The consensus is $3.5 billion. So it looks like in 2025 there's going to be a $200 million beat for the earnings on Palantir, which is incredible. Palantir is officially broke $100 right now as I am looking at this as of 5:03 p.m. today. It is crazy. $100. I told you Palantir would break 100 by the end of 2025, and they did it in the first month. In fact, I said we could see it as soon as the end of spring going into summer, and there you have it. I also told you guys as recently as my live video 2 days ago on YouTube and this past week not to worry about tariffs, not to worry about the market and all of the sell-off and the PMI data that came out earlier today, that the markets would recover and everything would get better. If you guys are wanting to learn the market like me and understand everything that I've been teaching you on YouTube, and you want to take your education in the stock market to the next level and learn even quicker and win your trades and become a part of my Discord and my one-on-one coaching, I would love to help you. It's what drives me every single day. You guys can sign up at investwithcorey.com. The link's in the information box below. You can see the comments from my students on the screen that are exponentially growing their portfolios. I would love to help you guys right now. 2025 is going to be a great year, and I want to help you. You guys can sign up, like I said, investwithcorey.com. Just go there, click on training, watch the video, and book a call with my team and I. If you have any questions, comment below. But don't take my word for it. Take a listen to what my student Shane had to say.
When I first started off with options, I knew nothing at all. Corey's program broke it down into very simple steps. Corey broke them down where it was nice and simple, and I was like, oh, okay, I totally understand that now.
How much are you up since the start of joining my program?
Oh, you know what? Hold on. I'll give you the exact number. Let me bring it up. On average, I was making about $2,200 a month day trading. That was average. In the very first month that I started actually selling options, it jumped up to $14K. And right now in December, I'm already up $6.4 thousand.
You went from day trading to my course and you were able to go from 2,200 to 14K.
Correct. And I'm up 165% right now.
If someone was trying to decide between my program or another Discord, what would your direct and short message to them be?
Corey's program will save you time and make you money. That's the bottom line right there.
What would you tell someone who is skeptical about learning from someone online like myself?
I bought into multiple different programs. From my experience, Corey's is the safest, very consistent and profitable.
How long did it take you to actually make back the cost of joining the Discord?
From the time I started trading, I made my money back in 2 weeks, 10 days. If you want to count the actual trading days, 10 days. And then I just looked at it and I was like, holy cow. I'm like, I just made $14,000 this month. I'm like, that's like crazy. And, just 1 month, it blew away, almost my entire year of day trading.
What did you start off with in my program? Total capital portfolio. And what are you at now with profits?
Started off with roughly 50,000. I had 25-ish already in stocks. And now I'm up to 75,000.
So you heard my student Shane had to say, this could be your success story. 2025 is going to be huge. I would love to help you. Like I said, go to investwithcorey.com, click on training, watch the video, and then you'll be able to book a call with my team and I so that we can create a plan just for you and help you grow like my students. I look forward to seeing you very soon. So let's talk about Palantir and what you should do right now going forward. It's very hard to say if the stock is going to stay above 100 or if it's going to pull back for certainty. However, I will say that typically after a run like this, the stock will consolidate at the new level and pull back about 20 to 30%. What this basically means is that Palantir is highly likely to pull back to around $94 to $96 in the coming week or two, and over the next 2 to 3 months could eventually wind its way back down into the upper 80s, lower 90s, potentially on bad days, but it doesn't mean that the stock is not going to continue to go up. There's always pullbacks. A lot of new students always ask me, Corey, why does the stock go up and then it pulls back down? I'm losing money. But you're not losing money. No stock completely goes up. I have students and YouTube viewers that ask me all the time about SoundHound. SoundHound went from $4 to $22. It's not going to stay at 22. It pulled back to 14. It'll stay there for a little while. If their next earnings is good, it'll run back up to $16 to $18. As we go to the year, it'll go higher and higher. No stock just goes straight up in a straight line. Palantir is definitely at some point going to dip below 100 or 95 in the near future, meaning somewhere between tomorrow and the next few weeks, Palantir is likely to have some form of dip, whether it runs a little more, then pulls back, or pulls back and then runs a little more. There's going to be a sell-off somewhere. It's going to happen. So right now, I'm waiting to see what happens. And what I would do is if it goes below 100, I might add a small position and wait to see if it falls below 95 or 90. It is priced very high right now. I don't want to say it's overvalued. I just want to let you know that there is a lot of risk involved. If you buy the stock at 100, it very well could fall to 90 or 95 or a little bit lower, and then you're going to be in the hole for a little bit. I don't want that to happen. So right now, the best thing to do is to wait, let things cool off, let things consolidate, see what happens, play it day by day, and then essentially go 2 to 3 weeks out or a month out and try to sell some puts. This way you could maybe get a better price plus collect premium along the way. Right now, I am targeting 3 weeks out or a month out at $80 puts to try to make some premiums while maybe garnering more shares. If you want to add more shares at the current price, you can do that. But if you add shares now, you definitely want to make sure that you have enough capital and a big enough account that if it does dip to 80, you can dollar cost average and get your price into the low or mid 90s or even lower, which means if you buy 500 shares at 100 and the stock drops to 75, you might want to buy 1,500 or at least 1,000 at 75. This way you can get your average cost into the lower 80s. This is DCA. We do it all the time. DCA doesn't mean dollar cost lowering. It means dollar cost average. You can average on the way up. Palantir right now is at a premium, so be very careful. This right now is not a trade alert or telling you to buy Palantir. I'm telling you to hold off, wait for things to cool off, consolidate, maybe a slight pullback a little bit, and then start selling puts way below, at least $10 to $15 below the strike price, going 2 to 3 weeks out, and try to start collecting premium. This way, you guys don't get burnt buying at the top. Be very careful. I hope to see you guys in the Discord real soon. You guys can set up investwithcorey.com. The link is in the information box below, and I will see you all on the next upload. Take care of yourselves, fam.